The Half-Assed Morning Show podcast is brought to you by Standard Heating. Now is the best time of year to buy an air conditioner from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Save $1,000 or more on a high-efficiency air conditioner in March during Standard's Home Show air conditioner sale going on now. Offer includes ductless systems from Mitsubishi. Not valid with any other offer. Must be installed by March 30th, 2018. Visit standardheating.com/93X. It's the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show with Nick, Josh, and Ellie. This traffic update is brought to you by Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
See Chris Tucker live at Treasure Island Resort and Casino on June 2nd. The Friday and Rush Hour stars razor-sharp wit and impeccable comedic timing make for an outrageously funny night of non-stop laughs. Get your tickets when they go on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster.com.
Yeah, thanks for the effort there. We're going to have to get some Lysol in the studio before our guests get here. Ross was just air drumming Kickstart My Heart.
Did you less sweat flying around?
Probably
He's totally cooked.
he's in shape.
You know what I learned about you?
I'm not.
You've never sat behind a drum set in your life,
No,
have
I
you?
haven't.
That wasn't very convincing.
No, it really wasn't. But it was kind of fun
Does
to
Rock
watch.
Band count?
Pardon me?
Does Rock Band count?
Remember, Josh, when we sat down and played Rock Band, and this is back when we had a hot female sales staff, and all the chicks came over and fell in love with us?
And they thought, like, we were somehow musicians?
Yeah.
That was odd.
Yeah.
The girls here aren't as dumb as they used to be.
No,
Miss those days.
not by a long shot. Here's the deal with your traffic. Crashes all over town, starting with Little Canada, 35 East southbound at Highway 36, Fridley, 694 eastbound at East River Road, Columbia Heights, 694 westbound at Central. Crashes all in those neighborhoods. That's your traffic. This is 93X.
All right, Meow. Hand over your license and registration. Your registration? Hurry up, Meow.
Sorry.
Is there something funny here, boy?
No.
Well, then why are you laughing, Mr. Larry Johnson? All right, Meow, where were we?
I'm sorry. Are you saying meow?
Am I saying meow?
I thought you...
Don't think, boy. Meow, do you know how fast you were going? Meow, what is so damn funny?
I could have swore you said meow.
Do I look like a cat to you, boy? Am I jumping around all nimbly-bimly from tree to tree?
No.
Am I drinking milk from a saucer? Well, do you see me eating mice? Now, you stop laughing right now.
Yes.
Meow, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket on this.
But
No buts, Meow. That's the law. Not so funny, Meow, is it? Meow.
Coming up in about, how do you say, 20 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood, 25, 30 minutes, we'll be joined in studio by 3 members of the Broken Lizard comedy team to talk about Super Troopers 2. Also, we'll be joined by our resident state trooper, Tiffany Amber Nielsen, and others from the Minnesota State Patrol. That'll be fun as hell, I think, to have everybody in.
I can't wait to see the look on these guys' face when they see the actual state troopers are here to greet them.
Yeah.
Jay, Steve, and Kevin from Super Troopers 2 going to be here shortly, so stay tuned for that. I understand the movie comes out on 4/20.
Yep.
Got that right.
Oh, here's a text message on the topic. Wild Turkey Jesus texted in and said, well, first off, I forgot all about this, but I guess there was some kind of a sneak preview of the movie last night. Old Meg and Rub went to the bitch. Mm-hmm. And both of you says you liked it?
Loved it.
Wild
Been waiting
Turkey.
a long time for this movie.
A lot of people have been waiting. Well, when was the first one?
2001.
Son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. Wild Turkey Jesus was there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and he says via text on our Anytime Bail Bonds text line. He says, I was behind Ross in line at Super Troopers last night to meet the guys. Jay, Steve, and Kevin were all there, Ross?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got pictures.
Wild Turkey Jesus says that after Ross took his picture with the guys, he said, see you guys on the morning show tomorrow, like a bumbling idiot.
I said, well, I'll see a couple of you guys tomorrow morning. That's all I said.
Were you nervous?
No.
Were you stammering a little bit?
So you threw out that you work at the radio station?
I didn't say I worked at the radio station. I just said, I'll see a couple of you guys tomorrow morning.
Well, isn't that... I'm sorry, is that not
It's a
the same...
roundabout way of saying it, yeah, I guess.
Roundabout?
I didn't say I work at a radio station. I could have been a
But
TV.
you don't think they're going to go, what do you mean you're going to see us in the morning?
You didn't specify why you would see them in the morning?
No.
Well, that's kind of creepy.
Well, Steve was like, "Oh yeah, cool. We'll see you tomorrow."
Is that what Steve said?
Yeah.
But this is
Steve said that.
What you wanted them to say, Ross, is, "Oh, what do you mean I'll see you tomorrow?" And you go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I work at a radio station, right? That's
maybe."
God, you're a douchebag.
He's a douchebag.
Why do you do that?
We try to trust him when he goes out to represent the station. We shouldn't. So, of course, then you would have an opportunity. If they would have said, "What do you mean you'll see us in the morning?" Then you would have had an opportunity to announce that you're a radio personality in front of all these other mere mortals, so then they could go, "I was by Ross," like Wild Turkey did.
What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
A lot's wrong with me.
God dang, that's goofy. So now I was handed a message. We have a change of plans on who's
Yes.
coming in
Yeah.
this morning?
Yes.
What's the change of plans?
Go ahead, tell me who's coming.
That's Paul Soder
Okay.
and Jay.
Jay's still coming.
Jay's still coming.
But Steve and Kevin are not.
No.
Okay.
We brought Kevin a liter of
I know.
cola.
What, does this have something to do with what you said to him
It's
last
gotta
night?
be.
Because up until now, we believed it was going to be Jay, Steve, and Kevin.
I know. I just found out. And I even just got back from the store. I brought Kevin a liter of Coca-Cola.
I just mentioned that on the radio. Like, I just said that. You know, the radio, you work at the radio station.
do.
You should tell people about it.
Well, no, but honestly, did Steve and Kevin bow out because you were
No.
creepy last night?
You did mention you talked to Steve about it.
That's true. You quoted Steve.
You specifically said Steve.
That's just bad luck on my part.
You quoted Steve.
You've been odd today. Off air's been incredible.
It's pretty entertaining.
Alice sitting here going, "Why do I want to share a studio with these guys?"
Actually, I was thinking, wow, this is all the cool stuff that I've been missing out on.
All these years of being in a separate
Yeah.
studio.
It just goes to show that nothing that we've said to Ross over the last 10, 12 years, whatever it's been, has sunk in at all.
Well, you know what's great about this is because people do say now that's got to be made up, right? He's not really like that. But this is a perfect example of he's exactly like that. How odd of you to do. Were you thinking, I want them to think I'm, like Nick said, more than just a normal person in your mind, what you would consider normal? Is that what it was? Like, I want them to think I'm special in some way?
No, it was more when I ran into them this morning, when I got them at the door or whatever, that they would say, "Oh, I remember you from last night." Just, not to just be a face in the crowd.
So yes, you wanted to be special.
You wanted to be
Remembered.
You wanted to be recognized as special. Out of the crowd last night, you wanted to be recognized as special. Well, now Wild Turkey Jesus is calling you a bold-faced liar right now. He says when you said to them, "See you tomorrow morning," they did not respond. They looked at him like they didn't give a single F.
No, Steve said something to me.
Did Steve really say
Yes,
something?
he did.
He did. God, you're odd.
That's weird.
Why do you
weird.
need that validation? And who cares? That'd be my fear. I'm going, yeah, I don't really care. My goodness, Ross.
I don't know why you do what you do.
You're a parent.
You're a parent now.
What if your daughter acted that way?
Constantly called attention to herself. Wouldn't you say, "Hey, look, let's calm it down a little bit"?
Probably.
Yeah, well, then,
You'd probably scold her in front of other people. Hey, Daddy's on the radio, so I know a thing or two about how you should conduct
That's
yourself.
probably true. If she's acting up at the supermarket, you're going to say, "Everybody, I got this. I'm a radio guy. I got this. I will control my daughter," who, by the way, is quite well off because I work in morning radio.
Hey, but I'm just a normal guy.
Just a regular guy like you, other than the fact that everybody knows who I am because I'm on the radio. Hey, I'd like to give a word up to Construction Girl Sheeses. She texted us earlier on this morning, and I love that a female member of the sisterhood, brotherhood, whatever you want to call it. I love that she texted us just like your average donkey dude to say, "Got laid last night."
Yeah, she'd been on a little bit of a drought.
That's hilarious. I love that about you. A year-long drought. She texted in and said, "Got laid." We asked her, why would it take a year? You females, all you have to do is ask. We'll fold you. She said she's picky.
That's good.
Now, Josh,
I agree.
Yeah.
we wanted some more information about her partner. Who was it that threw you down for the first time in a year? How was it? Josh said send some pictures. I assumed you meant send a picture of the dude you banged so we can, judge him unfairly.
Yeah, that was my...
Yeah.
Instead, she sent us some pictures of herself in her underwears.
Yeah, this This could get me in trouble.
This could get Cubby in trouble. But I'll tell you this, Construction Jesus, I love the fact that you got a hold of us to inform us that you got laid, and I love the way you look in your underwears. Thanks for the email.
Yeah, she's in the National Guard. She's a full-time construction manager.
Yeah, right. Can you? I don't have the email in front of me now. Can you read what she says? Because we did ask her, like, would you bang any of us? Do you have the email in front of you?
Specifically, what we said is, give us an idea. This is what I wanted from her, an email of an idea of people we may know that she would and wouldn't have sex with. So we could get an idea of her type. That's what I wanted to know. What's her type?
Right.
Wapple, she said she would sleep with you. If you'd cut his hair, you may have a chance.
If you could cut your hairs.
Ross, she's not interested. I'm assuming it's because you're married and you're so intimidating because you're a radio guy. Allie, you've got a chance.
Show me those pictures.
Says Construction Girl Jesus. You have a chance.
I'll tell you what, this girl's got some tats hanging off of her.
Yeah, she wants to be hot chick of the day. Hey, come on in, Roski. Get Roski in here.
All these
Our old buddy Eric Roski.
Real state troopers are coming in.
P. Roski.
It's Greg Roski.
I'll tell you what, Construction Girl, she says, I would. Congratulations on your conquest.
Yeah. Give us, let us know, what the deal was. Were you working on this thing for a while?
Yeah.
Or it just happened? She said she's picky.
Yeah, if you can tell us more, we'd love for you to be our latest, topic, our latest subject. But like Josh said, she's a damn member of the National Guard.
Yeah, she's got
works a construction job. She obviously has a little bit. It sounds like a busy life, but she obviously has some time to get tattooed. Holy smokes!
She sounds like a dream for a lot of dudes.
Yeah. Hey, we welcome in studio now an old friend of the program, Eric Roski from the Minnesota State Patrol. We used to call him Roski P. Coltrane. Haven't seen you in a while, dude. What's up?
Hi, man. I'm staying busy. It's been a pretty busy time down at the Capitol.
Oh, yeah? What's keeping you busy down there?
It's a legislative session is going on. We've had quite a few events, some demonstrations, protests, and the like. So, yeah.
Oh,
what have you been protesting?
Oh, you name it.
Yeah, you'll protest
anything. Have you had to cuff and stuff some fools down there with their protesting?
No, they've been very peaceful. We haven't had any major issues, but just lots of folks. We had that March for Life or March for Our Lives on Saturday. Last week we had about 20,000 people show up for that.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know it was that big.
I had heard some stories about that group, and it's good that people are being peaceful about it.
It's going well.
That's good.
Do you get a little nervous? So Dayton is leaving, right?
Right.
Once he's done. Do you worry about the new boss like a lot of people might? I mean, or is it just Langer's the boss, and then you don't worry about anything else?
No, I'm not too worried about it, but although you never know.
We've got a caller on the line that wants to know about window tint. No,
I was all prepared for bumper height, but I'll take window tint.
If
what
folks,
about muffler volume?
Yeah.
If folks have been listening to our program for a while, we had Eric Roski on taking your calls and texts like we now have Tiffany Amber Nielsen do. How many members of the State Patrol did you drag in here this morning?
I think there's going to be 4 or 5 of us.
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
You guys are all fans
of
the movie? Yeah, I knew you were. I wish Captain Langer, or not Captain anymore, Colonel Langer,
Wow,
could have been here because I think he's a fan.
Well, it's like anything when somebody makes a movie about your profession, even if it's grossly exaggerated and plays on every stereotype, you still go, I'll still watch it.
That's the thing about Super Troopers. I watched it for the first time very recently, and sure, the joke, making fun of authority and whatnot, that joke has worked forever. I don't know if anyone's done it quite the way the Super Trooper guys did.
No.
The Broken Lizard guys did.
Yeah.
And, do you know some members of the patrol, the State Patrol, that take that stuff a little too personally?
Not really, but
where they say, I won't watch that movie. That's just the way they make us look, like that kind of stuff.
I don't think anybody gets upset about it, but, some watch it and I'm sure some don't. But, we take our job seriously and we, while we do laugh at that stuff, we still make sure that people recognize it is a gross exaggeration and we're not quite like that, obviously.
You've never said meow to anybody?
I was going to ask, do you get that a lot? Or did you so the movie's 2001 or so, did you get that after that? People playing the meow game with you on the road?
I never had anybody do that personally, but I'm sure some have.
Great.
Right. I mean, like one story I remember hearing when Spinal Tap came out in '82 or whatever it was. Which of course made great fun of rock stars and their lifestyle.
Right.
It was Frankie Banali from Quiet Riot, who was huge at the time, and Herman Rarebell, both these guys drummers, from the Scorpions. Herman from the Scorpions, they went to go see Spinal Tap together. And Frankie Banali found it to be wildly funny, and Herman from the Scorpions was just insulted to beat hell at the way they portrayed rock stars.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm sure. I'm trying to think. There's been movies about DJs. Like, wasn't
Airheads?
Yeah, Airheads. That's what I was thinking of.
Private Parts was fantastic. Did you see
Sure.
that Howard
Yeah.
Stern's movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
man, I loved that movie.
That's hilarious. Airheads, I thought, was garbage for the most part. Well, honestly, if you want to talk about movies about radio, what was it called? Talk Radio scared the living hell out of me. You ever see it, Josh?
Oh, is that the horror movie?
Well, it's not a horror movie. It's about a DJ that has a couple crazy people come after
Is
him.
he the guy that ended up
Yeah, that's
getting
what I
killed?
I believe he does.
That's not a horror movie? Like a
Horror
scary movie?
Well, scary, sure.
Well,
I'm dramatic.
You know what
movie.
I meant.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a comedy like the ones we're talking about.
No, yeah, it's. I don't remember. It was mid 90s, maybe when that one came out. Yeah, it gave me the creeps a little bit. Tiffany Amber Nielsen in studio now. Hi, Tiffany.
Good morning.
Are you excited to meet the guys from Broken Lizard?
I think they're excited to meet me.
Oh yeah,
Of course they are.
Well, they should be. You know, a couple people have texted in saying these guys might partake a little bit. Maybe we should have warned them ahead of time. The troopers are going to be.
I did bump into them outside in the parking lot, and they looked a little surprised when they got out of the truck. I went, well, what's going on here?
We have some things planned.
I've got a dog that would love to meet you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Tiffany, have you ever had anybody try and play the meow game with you?
No, I haven't. No, have you?
No, I haven't
Yeah.
either.
Well, Josh,
Probably just in joking, not a real traffic stop. But
you know, you used to get pulled over a lot, Josh.
When I was a young man, yeah. Luckily, I haven't been pulled over since 1999.
Holy smokes. Was that when you and I almost went to jail in St. Peter?
Yeah, and it was actually that time I got pulled over twice in a week, and it was a week later I got pulled over in Bloomington. That's the last time.
Weren't you going with the St. Peter deal? Weren't you driving? We were going like 105 and a 30 or something
no,
like that?
it was so we were going about 100 in a 55.
Holy
Because
Jesus.
we weren't, my girlfriend at the time had this like kind of souped up car, and we're just BSing. It was like 3 a.m. We're on our way to training camp. We played for the Vikings. Oh no, we were broadcasting from training. That's what it was. And we were just not paying any attention. All of a sudden, Nick goes, "Holy crap, you're going like a hour." And there's nobody on the road, and so I slowed down. And it's St. Pete. Actually, strangely enough, so a St. Peter police officer pulls me over from St. Peter, and it was after the tornadoes, which I think is today the anniversary
Yeah,
of those tornadoes.
20 years ago today.
Is that honestly how long ago it was?
Yeah, 20
Holy
years ago.
smokes.
So yeah, we get pulled over, and the guy even said, I was behind you for a while. I was hoping you'd see me. But he's like, I'll be completely honest. We need the cash after those tornadoes. He was really cool, and we were so engaged in the conversation that he could have had lights and sirens on, and I wouldn't even have noticed.
We were pretty dialed in, joking around on our way down to training camp. Well, Tiffany and Eric, we're glad you and some other members of the patrol were able to come in this morning.
Yeah, very cool you guys to come in.
Stick around and keep listening, because coming up next, we'll have Jay and Paul from Broken Lizard in studio on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
Hey, Brotherhood. Zach Parisi for Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Standard has been family-owned right here in Minnesota since 1930. No wonder their tagline is the comfort you deserve, because everyone deserves to be comfortable, except Blackhawks fans.
Now is the best time of year to buy an air conditioner from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Save $1,000 or more on a high-efficiency air conditioner in March during Standard's Home Show air conditioner sale going on now. Offer includes ductless systems from Mitsubishi. Not valid with any other offer. Must be installed by March 30th, 2018. Visit standardheating.com/93X.
A couple of shout-outs as we wait for our guests from Broken Lizard. They're not in studio yet, are they, Wapple?
No, they're not.
They're not there yet. Okay.
Make sure you holler at Daddy.
Yeah, let us know. The way the studios are set up, we can't see there anymore, so we wouldn't know. Old Rocker Jesus, I have learned, is retiring 30 years with the city of Edina.
No kidding.
Cleaned up a lot of cake crumbs over those 30 years, I'd imagine.
Oh, man.
30-year career.
Pulled over a lot of Beamers.
I wonder if it's more stress than a typical city job to work at the City of Edina.
Oh, I'm sure the people are a little more picky.
I'm telling you, that's the
particular.
word. That's the vibe I get.
I'm not happy with that shade of green on the ground.
Right.
It's my 31st birthday today, this text says, trying to get some of that 4K a day. Yes, your next opportunity is, I already
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Make sure
2
you're
and 5 are the other ones.
Make sure you're listening at 11 a.m. next to pick up that keyword. And Iron Fist Jesus wants a shout-out from you. Kermit, are you there, Wapple?
Yep.
Say happy birthday to Iron Fist Jesus.
Happy birthday, Iron Fist Jesus.
I get a shout-out for Massage with a Happy Ending Jesus. Last day of the work week for them. They're having their daughter tomorrow. That's from County Plow Trucker Jesus. And a big happy birthday to my man Benjamin, turning 4 today.
Turning 4?
Turning 4 today is what they say.
Yeah, as Josh mentioned, we are patiently awaiting our next guests, Jay and Paul from the Broken Lizard comedy team. If you have the ability to turn on that Facebook Live gimmick, 93X Radio on Facebook, I believe somebody over there, probably is going to record our break with the gentleman from Broken Lizard. And it sounds like in the background you're getting our real troopers set up. We have in studio, our listeners know, Tiffany Amber Nielsen and Eric Roski, but a couple others that have come in too to make the Broken Lizard guys nervous. Kyle and was it Isaiah? Can anyone confirm this one?
Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Isaiah.
Okay, nice to meet you, Kyle and Isaiah.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for coming in early today.
How long have Isaiah? How long have you been on the force?
I have been a trooper. It'll be 9 years next week.
How about that?
Wow.
How about that? And Kyle?
14 years.
14 years. We've heard some stories from your coworkers, Tiffany and Eric. I'll tell you what. Has anyone ever meowed either one of you two, Kyle or Isaiah?
No comment.
Come on, yes.
Okay, Kyle says yes?
No.
Oh,
no. You know, I've mentioned, if you're a longtime listener, maybe you've heard me talk about this before. I've been petitioning to get this audio for I don't know how many years. Kyle, you'll have to help me. Kyle is a friend of mine who is the Mole Dog, which he had a guy. He was I was actually on the phone with him. He said, I got to go. Some guy just threw up right in front of me. He was in his vehicle. He was drunk driving.
Oh, my God.
Allegedly, I guess. I don't know what I have to say. But he's in the back of the squad. Kyle's taking him downtown, as they say in the business.
Sure.
And he starts rapping about Kyle, calling him the Mole Dog. And it was one of the greatest raps I've ever heard. He went through every single emotion, crying, anger, laughing. But then he became probably the coolest dude I've ever seen on video. So, hey, Mole Dog.
Yes.
Have you talked to the Colonel about getting us that audio?
It's on his desk. We'll see what he has to say today.
Okay.
I really want to get that.
Well, now that you bring it up, Josh, I remember you telling me about this, that Kyle and then in turn you have stumbled upon an untapped rap talent in town.
Wouldn't you say he's one of the better rappers you've ever heard, Kyle?
In the backseat of my squad car, yeah.
Oh, man, that was funny.
Can you think, Isaiah, has there ever been a character in the back of your squad where, okay, he did something wrong, but you couldn't help to think, this is one of the more interesting people I've ever met in my life?
A lot of stories. The one that sticks out in my mind is one who was from a West African country. He had a very French accent.
Mm-hmm.
So he wet himself in the back of my squad, and the entire way to jail, he said, Trooper Williams, you made me pee my pants. On repeat for 20 minutes.
That was his line, huh?
That was his line.
We got the guys in studio.
Oh, great. That's
now
fantastic.
We're talking. Terrific. Can they hear what we're saying, Wapple?
Yes, they can.
All right. We
you
welcome.
made me pee my pants.
That's right.
Trooper Williams.
We got Jay and Paul from from Super Troopers 2 in studio, which comes out 4/20. Thanks for stopping in, gentlemen.
Happy to be here.
Hey, guys.
It was funny because we're at that point now. We go places and people show up in troopers' costumes, which is always fun. And then I saw these guys, and I was like, these guys are hardcore fans. I mean, look at the outfits. These guys, these are some serious Super Troopers cosplayers.
No, it's a real deal. We were hoping you guys would appreciate it, and they wanted to come in and meet you.
Yes, we did. We're glad to be here. Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, well,
when we first made this movie, we thought, boy, we're going to get arrested all of the time. And the opposite has been true. I mean, we get out of so many speeding tickets, you can't even believe it.
We have murdered so many people, and these guys have been great. I mean, these guys have really been great about it, so thank you, guys.
There's never been one case of backlash from a cop or a trooper or anything like that over the years?
I made the film The Dukes of Hazzard, and we shut down the 10 highway, and afterwards the chief of police of New Orleans came up to me and he gave me his card. He goes, "You get in any trouble down here, you just give me a call." He goes, "Anything short of murder." And then he goes, "Actually, that's okay for you too."
That's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was mentioning earlier that whenever Super Troopers has come up, it always gets a big response. We get text messages from our listeners asking what we might know about when the sequel's ever going to be made. I mean, so I guess the number one question that you've probably heard a million times now is what took so long?
It's hard getting movies made, and even when you have had a successful first movie, it's just never easy. And so we decided to raise that money through crowdfunding. We did this Indiegogo campaign. That's really what kind of got the whole thing going, but it still took a couple years to get the rest of the money, and we kind of shot it piecemeal. So, it's been this 5-year effort that's now finally just now kind of coming together. But yeah, we've been wanting to do this for a long time because we go out, and that's the first question people ask us is when there's going to be a sequel. So it's been a long labor of love.
Is there more freedom when you funded it yourself?
Yeah, the studio basically looks at the script and says, here are some suggestions, as opposed to here are what you have to do to get a green light.
Right.
We had the money, so we had the green light. So, and they're decent. They're decent about it. They're trying to make a better movie. But if you say, we're not going to do that one, they're like, okay, what are we going to do about it?
And speaking of how it was fan funded, Josh was mentioning earlier that there were certain rewards that people received if they donated a certain amount of money?
It varied from a beefcake calendar of us to whatever, T-shirts. But people bought the right to come to the the various premieres we have, or like the screening last night in Minneapolis, and some people bought the right to be extras in the movie.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a car too?
We sold a car for $35,000.
Oh, wow. Well, what about being bridesmaids or groomsmen for $10,000?
Yeah, there was somebody stepped up on that, and the logistics were still being worked out, but I think that may still happen, although I guess if the movie's done, I don't know how it would happen. But the big ticket item, and we had some interest, but nobody pulled the trigger, was that one of us would sire your children. That I think that was like a $35 million.
It was $25 million.
$25 million, but it was we're trying to figure out the logistics of that, whether it's sort of, it's a mystery bag kind of thing, like you just get a turkey baster in the mail and you don't know who you're going to get, or if you throw it all in there and shake it up and see what comes out.
Sure.
So that, just as a social experiment, would have been interesting.
I mean, is this kind of the new way then maybe more movies will be funded, or specifically with you guys, if you have a great idea, just think, like a Beer Fest 2. We get a lot of texts about Beer Fest 2.
Or Weed Fest.
I mean, if people go in big enough numbers to Super Troopers 2, then the Warner Brothers will ask us to make Weed Fest. Don't arrest us. It's legal in California. But yeah, I mean, in terms of crowdfunding, we'll see. I mean, the way crowdfunding works now, the rules change so that people who crowdfund in the future can own an actual back-end piece of the film. So if the movie makes money, they can take a profit. But I don't know. I think crowdfunding requires a pre-known kind of show, like Super Troopers or Veronica Mars. So
sure.
The fans are the ones that are going to put it up. If you come up with a brand new idea, I don't think you can crowdfund.
Yeah. people know what they're going to get with Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Do our legit troopers have any questions for Jay or Paul from Broken Lizard? Tiffany, Kyle, Eric, and Isaiah in the other studio. Do you have any questions for the boys?
Yeah, I have one.
That's got Eric Rosky.
Did you do some understudy with some troopers before you did the first one, or how'd you come up with hitting all the stereotypes and whatnot with troopers?
When we were, it's interesting. When we were shooting the Dukes of Hazzard. 2 cops were running security for our set, and at lunchtime, they brought Kevin Heffernan, who played Farba, and I. They came up to us and said, "Hey, you guys want to shoot M16s?" And we're like, "Okay." And so they took us up on top of the bayou in the middle of the day, and they pull out these, machine guns from their trunk because they were, I guess they were Afghanistan vets. And so we were like standing on the top of the bayou firing this machine gun into the Mississippi River. And then they get this call on their radio, "We've got automatic weapon fire up." And these guys grab the CB. They're like, "We are in that location. We will respond immediately." And they take the gun, throw it in the trunk. Like, "We got to get out of here."
That's awesome.
We were like, oh, "That's kind of fun."
Yeah, our access to real troopers has increased since the first movie. So the second one, a lot of the stories, a lot of goofy stuff that's in there is, based on experiences that we've been able to have. With the first one, it really was just, we were guessing that, like, you guys were like us and that you get bored with your jobs and sometimes you're just trying to find ways to occupy yourself and you're dealing with people all the time, and how would you keep it interesting? And I think that was the big surprise, was that, like Jay said earlier, we thought, cops will give us a hard time because we make you guys look like, you like to screw around a bit. And that turned out to be, I think, the opposite, where police officers were like, "Oh, thank you for portraying us as like real people who just, sometimes just you're doing what you can to like keep things interesting, and you got that one guy who drives everybody crazy." And so I think we kind of lucked on the fact everybody's got a Farva, right? Yeah. So we just kind of actually lucked on the fact that we actually kind of got more accurate than we even thought we were doing.
Mm-hmm. We also tried to, it was important to us to look like cops and not like wear our hats sort of cocked and silly. It was important to make the audience feel like, these could be real cops. So, we got that hair nice and tight and got those big mustaches. Are mustaches illegal on cops up here? They are in Texas.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay. In Texas, apparently, you're not allowed to.
You're not supposed to wear a stash. Well, I was going to ask our troopers if after Super Troopers 1 came out, did any of you see, well, I don't know, some of you weren't already employed, but did you notice any increase or decrease of mustaches on the force?
Well, I think mustaches have increased since November.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of people that grow ridiculous mustaches. And I don't know if it's because of the movie or November,
we were copying.
Yeah.
We were really copying Smokey and the Bandit. I mean,
sure.
This was an ode to Burt Reynolds' mustache.
But there are parameters, right? Like, you couldn't grow just any kind of mustache. Is that right?
No, it's got to stay on the top part of the lip. Can't go down the sides. There's all kinds of regulations.
Yeah, isn't the patrol one of the tightest as far as facial hair goes? I thought you guys were one of the more strict in the state.
Yeah, we are pretty strict with our standards for how we have to look and dress and hairstyles and everything.
Thank God that's not a factor in radio.
We've got a whole scene about mustache length in the movie.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Cool. Yeah.
Comes out on 4/20, if we didn't already say.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You had a good crowd last night at a premiere in town, I understand?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was packed and it was rowdy.
And there were people. Did people show up dressed as troopers for you?
They did.
That's great.
They did. It's an odd thing to. I went to a bar in Vancouver, and there were 10 guys dressed like me.
Oh my gosh!
I was like, well, this is weird.
Well, Jay and Paul, we can't thank you enough for swinging in and saying hello to us this morning.
Thank you for having us, and it's a cool surprise to have the troopers here. So.
Good, I'm glad you liked it. That was our hope.
We are glad you liked it. Good luck. 4/20 Super Troopers 2 comes out, and thanks to all our troopers in studio, Tiffany, Kyle, Eric, and Isaiah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
The Half-Assed Morning Show podcast is brought to you by Standard Heating. Now is the best time of year to buy an air conditioner from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Save $1,000 or more on a high-efficiency air conditioner in March during Standard's Home Show air conditioner sale going on now. Offer includes ductless systems from Mitsubishi. Not valid with any other offer. Must be installed by March 30th, 2018. Visit standardheating.com/93X.